Johnny baby, wet, 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 wet.
Yes. We're getting, I asked people for photos we're going to show in our next half hour. A lot of the higher elevations, though, are starting to see some on the ground and stuff.
I'm the perfect northern Tier County elevation guy. I'm at 1,700 feet above sea level. There were some wet flakes on my driveway, on my car, on the grass, on the railings. As soon as I hopped on the road, it was wet. So I'm about as high as you can get up north. But a lot of wet roads today, and that's the good news. Let me take you to Pottsville. Dick Yingling, give us a call. Call John Meyer and just say Happy Thanksgiving. Dick, give me a call. You have my number. Text me. I want to hear from Dick Yingling. John, I'll even say this. My Thanksgiving will not be complete or thankful without some type of hint of Dick Yingling contacting me. Is that too much?
Maybe a little bit far, but if he calls, you better record it. We want to hear Dick on TV wishing you a happy Thanksgiving.
Come on, man. Come on. I need to hear from Dick Yingling. All right. So here we go, folks. Temperatures now above freezing in much of the area, so the roads are going to be wet. But again, a little slow go. If you're northern tier counties this morning, I'll show you exactly what's happening. Plan a little extra time. You know, it's me being extra cautious. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm more of like a, John will know this. I'm more of like a loose cannon at times. I'm the aggravator. I'm like the rat crawling around in the newsroom. And here I am giving advice. So it's tough for me, but you know who you are. Little extra time up north, but it's going to be mainly wet through the day today. So we have a weak coastal system bringing in this overrunning precipitation. Look at how that looks like a dendritic pattern of neurons in your brain, the way that's scattered around. So there's the Susquehanna River Valley, there's the Lackawanna River Valley, and a lot of this is, yes, falling as flakes, and it hits the surface and it melts away. So that'll be the case through the morning. But what we call this rain snow line, 850 millibar temperature above freezing and about a mile up, that really screams north. So a lot of the area, it's just going to be wet this morning. You folks up in Bradford County, Susquehanna County, northern Wayne County, in the elevations, best chance for some snow. But again, this is wrapping up. Watch and see if John Meyer will correct me. This is wrapping up by lunchtime.
Joe, there's no lunch on Thanksgiving.
The only day of the year you can't say lunch on Thanksgiving. Isn't that nuts? No one said, man, I can have Thanksgiving lunch. You can say
dinner.
that at Christmas. Could you say that Christmas Eve? I'm going to have Christmas Eve lunch.
Yeah, you could have lunch on Christmas Eve. Maybe Christmas Day you don't have lunch.
Yeah, I think we hit on it. It's the only day that lunch doesn't exist is Thanksgiving. So afternoon, evening, it's going to be dry, nothing more than a flurry. The snow will accumulate maybe 1 to 3 inches. Extreme northern tier counties, that should be it. So today, a little morning rain and snow showers tapering off this afternoon. A lot of wet roads. 40s this afternoon, 30 tonight. What's that guy doing there? We're going to talk about it. But back here, the jet stream is sort of dipping and diving. So this whole system, after we get that little shot of warmth, is going to dive down on us. So first we get the strut from the turkey, and then this thing is just going to keep pecking us. And by pecking us, little kind of spikes of energy keep rolling down this jet stream. This is all the way to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're still in this big, broad dip. And that means below average temperatures, but it also means no major storm systems. Anything that forms just gets shot out to sea, and we stay mainly dry and colder. So, excuse my cough. This afternoon, this whole thing leaves. If you have any travel issues or plans rather on Friday, look at this. The entire Northeast is dry, except for lake effect snows that could accumulate if you're heading north off of Erie and Ontario right through Friday, Saturday, and even into Sunday. There is just nothing happening. A few flurries, but again, stay away from the eastern side of the Great Lakes if you don't want that snow. Temperatures on Friday back to the 30s. Saturday only barely reaching freezing, and same thing on Sunday. A lot of upper 20s and low to mid 30s get us right through the weekend. 3 things you need to know. The mix ends between noon and 3 p.m. today. The in-laws linger. That's my problem with any holiday. People lingering. I'll never understand the lingering stuff. John's not going to say anything now because he's Mr. Nice Guy. John, do they linger too long?
Careful.
Mainly dry and packed by that turkey. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all below average temperatures. Happy Thanksgiving and happy birthday. Think if your birthday's today, You have Thanksgiving. That only happens every 3, 4, 5 years. So let's talk about it. We have a birthday boy here, folks. And you know him. Let's go see what the gals are talking about. Born today, New York City, 1962. His birthday is John. His birth name is John Stuart Leibowitz. Parents immigrated from Europe. Then they divorced. He had a little issue with his dad, so he changed his last name. Nothing to do with fame. He just said, I'm going to take my middle name. And then I'm going to change the spelling too. He went from college to some regular jobs to stand up and his own show since the 90s. 1 wife, 2 children, and $120 million. We're talking about John Stewart, turned 62 today, and he has a birthday on Thanksgiving. That only happens every 4, 5, 6 years. And remember, there he is being pecked. He's pecking us with that deep trough. This is going to last all the way through next Thursday, folks. So this is a week today, and we're still in this big, broad flow. So get ready for all below average temperatures next week. Just a few flurries this weekend. December begins on Sunday, and there might be a little clipper coming in Wednesday with some snow showers, but hey, that December feeling will settle in next week with those temperatures. That's okay, right, Johnny baby?
Well, it is December.
Exactly.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
See you later.